Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. So I'm glad you could join me today. It's kind of an ugly day out there in New York, although I do see a little bit of sun peeking out. So jump on. Let me know where you're from. Say hi. I know I'm not usually on Saturdays, but I came across this amazing card that I just had to show you. So I'm just waiting for a few people to hop on so I know I'm live because I was playing around with my system before. I actually checked to see if I was live on YouTube. I'm going to try a YouTube live video. Probably, maybe tomorrow, maybe later today, who knows. Okay, hi Geraldine, she's on, so I know you can see me. I'm in the right spot. So again, RoseWardStampersDelight.com. So before we get started, I just want to remind you that I do have online classes. You can go to StampersDelight.com. I have a monthly one with Donna Gray over in Australia, and there'll be more information on Facebook and also my blog on that class. And I also have my mini retreat still going on using the Beautifully Braided. You're glad I'm on today? You get to see me live. Yeah, I'm not usually on Saturdays. Hi, Winann. Okay, so I know that we are on. So, again, check out my online classes. Also, just to let you know, a reminder, and I'm going to keep reminding you, Wednesday, I think it is, the 22nd, is the retired list is coming out. So you definitely want to check my StampersDelight.com. because that will be where the retired list is going to be of things that you will not be able to get. And trust me, they will sell out fast, including the in colors that will be going away. You definitely want to get those in colors, the re-inkers especially. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll get started. Hi, Linda. Okay. So the card I'm going to be showing you is an easel card. It's called an open book easel card. I did not come up with this idea. I found it on YouTube from another demonstrator. I cased the idea from Tina Zinck. So Tina, thank you so much for your great inspiration. She is from Canada. She's a demonstrator in Canada. And when I saw this, I knew exactly what I had to do with it because my husband's birthday's coming up. So again, it's called an open book easel card. So I am going to flip the camera to show you, but first I want to show you this angle because it's kind of hard to show it to you to get the really full effect. And I will put still shots on later on my blog, okay? Oh, good morning, Yvette. Good morning, Mary Ellen. Good morning, Joanne. Oh, I'm saying good morning. It's afternoon, right? It's afternoon. I think it's Friday morning. And not to get confused, it is Saturday afternoon and I am live and I will still be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Okay, open book easel card. Here's the first one I did. Are you ready? This is a cute little card for any little child. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to kind of put it down so you can see it. It stands up like this. Now look to the side. Okay. This one was the first one I did. And you see that it's supposed to look like pages. Pages in a book. Let me bring it up closer so you can see. Hi, Patricia. Yes, definitely share this because a lot of people don't know I'm on. That's why I created an event. So this was the first one I did with the open book easel card. And yes, it does lay flat to mail, and it does fit in an envelope. However, it could get crushed. This is a kind of card that I would only give out. You know, I would put it on a package and hand it out. It's still morning in Montana? Okay. It's afternoon here in New York. So again, this is an open book easel card. The next one I think you're really going to see the difference because like I said, this was the first one I did. And again, I cased the idea from Tina. I did change the measurements. So, and I will give you my measurements, okay? For me, it was a little bit easier because I wasn't using 7/8 and all that, okay? I am the worst when it comes to that. Here's the next one. And this one, because I know my husband likes to share my videos, but he never really looks at them. So this is the one I made for his birthday this month. Now, I'm going to tilt it. Now you can see this is the Country Club Suite. And if you can see real close there, I've got the little golf balls and the golf clubs. That's what's holding this up. Okay, that's what holds it in place. Whoop. Now this one looks more like a book. I'm going to turn it. See the pages. So that one looks more like a book. What do you think? Hey, Rose Ellen. I absolutely love this. Now, the last one is actually, I've made 3 of them, and I'm going to make one with you, okay? And this is the one that I'm going to be showing you how to make. This is awesome. I mean, I love this. I love this idea, so thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the golf card's nice. Now, this I made into a sympathy card because to me it almost looked like a Bible. Now, this is with the Path of Petals. Okay, so the first one was the Dino Roars. The second one was the Country Club Suite. And this is with the Path of Petals. And you can see it looks like pages. And then, and then this one I changed a little bit because I put right here like a bookmark, you know, like from a Bible. And this is the Path of Petals Designer Series paper. And you see there's writing on there. So I thought that looked kind of neat. Okay. Again, I'm going to flip the camera now so that we can get started. Okay, so this is my host code for April. If you want to place an order online with me. That's the host code you're going to use. Unless it's over $150, then don't use that. Be your own hostess so you can get the hostess rewards points, okay? Let me move this over. And now I'm going to bring those in just so you can see them at a different angle. So this is the way it would be standing up. I'll turn it. This is the way it would be standing up. I think a child would love that, like a little book. Oh, thank you. And then, of course, the golf one, which really to me looks like a book because you see I curled the pages really well here. Practice makes perfect, right? And this is a great card for anyone, but this is going to be my husband's birthday card this month. Okay. And then, of course, the last one, which I'm going to show you and explain how I did it, is the sympathy card. And again, you can see up here how it's rippled, so it looks like a book. Again, I want to tell you, you know, this was not my original idea. I cased it. But I knew you would love this, and I didn't want to wait because I have tomorrow nights, Sunday evenings, all planned out, although I was going to switch it to this, but you know what? I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I'm sorry. I wanted to share it. Okay, so let me show you how we do this. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Judy. Hi, Rita. Hi, Fran. Okay, so you're going to take a regular sheet of paper, cardstock. I don't know why that's so dark over there. Let me just move this light over here. Getting some shadows. Okay, half a sheet of cardstock. And get your bone folder because I did not score this yet. And you're going to fold it in half. Yeah, we're going to make the sympathy card. I'm going to add a little bit to it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just fold it back. Almost like, you know, the Z fold cards or flip cards, whatever you want to call them. And we're just going to... The other easel cards were always this way. Okay, this one's going to be this way. Okay, so that's the base. Then what you're going to need, and I will add this so you don't have to worry about it, but you're going to need a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white or off-white. I'm using off-white. You're going to layer onto that 3 1/4 by 5 designer series paper. That would be your first page. The second page is going to be 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then you're going to layer onto that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is where 4 1/2. This is where I changed it because I have to do everything by halves or quarters or 3 1/4. The 7/8 and all that stuff confuses me. So, all right. So here's what you're going to do. First, we're going to take these 4 pieces. I'm going to move that out. Yes, you can mail it. I showed, okay, Melanie, I did show that. You can mail it this way, but I don't recommend it unless you're going to put it in a padded envelope because it's going to flatten out on you. Okay? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold these pieces in half. Right in half, just like that. You're going to do the same thing with the first page. And since I'm doing that all at once, I'll do this one too. So these are your pages, and you can add more pages if you want. So let me just show you this. We're doing 2 pages. This is 1 page, this is 2. But if you notice on the golf one, there's a 3rd page. Whoop, there's a 3rd page. And that was the designer series paper that came with it, and I just colored it. So I made a 3rd page, and you can just, you know, cut a little bit off, trim a little bit off to make your 3rd page. Okay, and then this one we want to do this way, right? Nope, this way. Okay, all right. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and the first thing we're going to do, and you can do it a couple different ways, okay? You can round it out by using a bone folder this way. You just want to start curling that. Yeah, you're not the only one, Rita. I have trouble with the 1/8. Okay, so you're curling that. Now, the problem for me is that I can't do it this way. So what else works is if you have one of these ballpoint pen or Bic pens or whatever, you can roll it. I find the cardstock a little bit harder, but you can roll it. Don't worry if it's getting creased because you're not going to see that. But really the bone folder does work. You just want to add a little bit of curl, and you can actually just go like this. See what I'm doing? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to curl that up a little bit, curl this piece up a little bit. This is probably the hardest part of the card. And if you want, you can take a little round thing and just curl it. Once you get that curl in there, then you can... Okay, so now you see it's like a page. And depending on how puffy you want it, that's how much you're going to curl it. Okay? You're going to do the same thing with your page that's going to stick in there. This actually is a little bit easier because it's thinner. I want to make sure I stay in camera. This one, the cardstock is a little bit harder to do, but the designer series paper is. Hi, Kathy. I was just talking to Kathy. Okay, so now you have your first set of pages. For this, you're going to want tear tape. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a strip of tear tape right down that crease. So it's, let me just move this. I don't want to move it in too far because then I forget where you are and I do things out of camera. There's the crease. So I'm just going to put tear tape right down on that crease. Whoop. I'm going to use my paper piercing tool and I'm going to just take that right off here. And then I'm going to put this in here to create the first page. Now, I do want to tell you that if you have a problem seeing where you are with the tear tape, once you put it down, it's down. So hopefully I do that. Am I on camera? Oh, good. Hopefully I get that about right. Okay. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give it a good crisp little thing there. There's my first page. But now these pages you don't want flopping around. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your glue dots, which my glue dots are right here. Put a glue dot. I only use 2 on each page. One here. And then one right here. Now again, depending on how, you could lay it flat if you wanted to, but I want to puff it up a little bit, so I'm just going to push it back just a tad so that the page puffs up. And the first one I did came out kind of flat because I didn't do this part right. Okay, there we go. So you see, there's their page. Yes, definitely for Mother's Day. It's a great Mother's Day card. So now let's do the other side. Now you know why I couldn't wait to show you. And again, shout out to Tina. I mean, I found this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is to die for. Okay. Whoop. And we're going to push that one up. Okay. All right. If it's not quite right, like that one wasn't quite lined up, glue dots are a little more forgiving. Okay, so there's my first page. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the second page. Okay. Now this one I want the writing, and you want to make sure your writing is, it doesn't have to be writing, you know, the golf one wasn't, but you want to make sure that your paper is the right side up. Okay, let's do this. So yeah, I think tomorrow at some time I am going to do my first YouTube video, my first live YouTube video. So if I remember how I did it today, I'll throw it on there on Facebook and tell you to go over to YouTube and check it out. It's going to be a quick little video only because I don't know how well I'm going to do. I always upload these videos to YouTube. So if you miss anything on Facebook Live, it's always on YouTube. Okay, again, now this one I'm going to put right in the middle again. It's off a little bit, so I got to move that. I don't push it down too far because I want to make sure. See, normally I would be doing it here. I'm going to do it this way so I can see. Okay, there we go. All right, so, oop, you know what? I forgot to curl these. I forgot to curl them. That's okay. I can curl it now. So, see? Learning a different technique. Curl it after you get it on there. So, actually, it works fine. Okay. So, there's my second page. This one might need to be curled a little bit more. Okay. Bring in my glue dots. Now remember, I'll put the measurements on as soon as I'm done. I'll go back and edit this. When I say edit, I just mean add things. I don't edit me. What you see is what you get when it comes to me. Okay, and again, we're just going to add that. Just like that. So there's the start of your second page. And you want a little bubble there. I'm so glad you could all join me on Saturday. Usually I'm trying to get some housework done on Saturdays. I did a little bit of it, but this is more fun. Whoop. Hanging out with you all is more fun. Okay, so let's get that glue dot right here. And again, I'm puffing it up a little bit. I want a little lump there. So technical. And there's my second page. So there's my two pages. And they're just going to go right inside each other. Like this. Okay, and you do that the same way. We're going to take a piece of tear tape. The only thing is you don't want to press it down too far because you want this to stay up. I mean, you don't want to, you want your pages up, you know, puffy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get that off. Oh, thank you. Yes, eat after you watch this. And yes, housework is overrated. Okay, so this is going to go right in the middle here to create your next page. Okay, so there's your two pages. You could leave them like that if you wanted to, if you wanted them to flap. But I'm going to use some glue dots again to keep them down. But again, that would be great too if it was a stand-up card like this. But you know what? Why don't we try it? This one I glued down. Okay, so let's try that. See, this one is glued down. This one I'll leave up, like real pages. Well, they all look like real pages. Okay, so let's set that aside for a minute. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to bring in your base that I already showed you, and I got 2 strips of that Great Designer Series paper, which is 2 inches by 5 1/4. So right here. So one goes on the flap and one goes down here. Now that you can just snail down. I think I'm going to leave those pages puffed up. I'm kind of thinking I might like it even better, but we'll see. I like to try and, you know, try something different, see how it looks. Oh, thank you. Okay, like I said, I cased the idea. I'm just changing it up for me. Okay, so now this gets glued right here. The top of this gets glued right here. And it'll stand up like this. Oh yeah, I think I really like those pages being opened more. Okay. All right, so the next piece that you're going to do is you have to have a strip here and something high enough to keep that book staying up. So what I'm going to do is, and you can use any size strips, but the size strips that I have here is, this strip is 1 1/4 by 5, and then the one that lays on over it is 1 by 4 3/4. So it's just a smidge smaller. I'm going to go ahead and snail that down. Now, if you're on our global site, I'm actually going to hop on there at 3 o'clock and show the same card, different Designer Series paper and stuff, because it has to be exclusive. If you're not on our global page, you definitely want to get on there too. That's global stamping, global togetherness through stamping. I had to think there for a minute. And that is another site that Facebook page that Donna Gray and I started. Keep everybody connected during this quarantine or staycation time. But we're going to keep that page open even after all of this. And so this strip is going to go right here. And depending on where you want it, you can have it here or you can have it pushed back, depending on how much you want your book to stand up. I like to put it a little bit more, not in the middle, a little higher up than in the middle. If that makes sense. And then this is going to go right in here. So now to do that, again, I'm going to use tear tape. Now remember, you only need to do part of this. So I'm going to use some tear tape here. And on each piece here. Gwen, I'm going on the global site at 3 o'clock. This is my business page. I'm doing 2 videos today, 1 on each page, because this is just so awesome. So Gwen, the paper is called, it's from the Path of Petals in the annual catalog. That is the same as the stamp set. Let me just show you. So the paper is from Path of Petals. And the dies, which you'll see me use, are also from that. That's in the annual catalog. I'll put all that in the description too. Okay, so now I have my glue right here. So that gets layered right here. I'm going to put it right in the middle and push that down just a little bit. And then right in the middle there. And then, oops, I forgot to take that strip off. Helps if I take the strip off. Okay, and we're just gonna glue that down. Okay, so there's your book. Now again, see, I left this one open, whereas this one I glued down. You can see the difference. So it's just however you want to do it. Although this one's kind of, we'll leave it open for a minute. Okay. So now it's still not going to stand up. It still needs something else here. So what I did was with the Path of Petals, the dies that go with this, I use these two. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bundle. I use this die. That's the Rococo Rose. And then I use this oval. I didn't use the big one. So that is the bundle Path of Petals. What I also used was from our stitched shape framelits. I used the larger oval to that. All right. Yeah, I didn't mean to confuse everybody, but I'm doing 2 videos on 2 different pages. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Rococo Rose, and I'm going to bring in my Sharing in Your Sorrow. Stamp that right there. And then this beautiful, beautiful saying is going to go right here. Now, I may have to glue this down because of the saying, but I'm going to check it out. See how it works. Whoop. Okay, so let's do this piece first before I finish that. All right, so this is going to layer right on here. Get those little pieces out. And this is going to layer right on here. Now I want this puffed up a little bit so it keeps that book in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the oval. I'm going to use snail to put that down, but then when I turn it over, I'm going to use some more dimensionals. That is going to make this higher to keep my book open. So now I'm going to put that right here. And that will hold it in place. Now this piece is going to go right here. But before I do that, and I'll lay it down so you can see it, I'm going to grab a piece of our metallic ribbon. And scissors should be somewhere on this mess of the desk. Okay, I'm just going to cut a piece off here. I'm going to take a little piece of tear tape, put that on my ribbon right there. I'm going to stick this behind here. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder or something close to that, or pinch it, whichever. That's going to give me my bookmark. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this down here. Now I want the bookmark to stay down, so I'm going to just put a little snail here first and attach that just so that lays flat. And then that's going to go right here. And I would also use tear tape with this, only because it's a movable card. Oops, something just went on the floor and rolling all over there. So I'm just going to stick with the tear tape. Really heavy duty. Oh, thank you. Okay. Then I would flip that back around. And I'm just going to set it on my pages here. And then I'm going to set it up. Now, the last touch I'm going to do for this one, I'm not sure if I like it all the way open like that, but I want to show you the 2 different effects. So you can decide when you make your card. I'm going to bring in the Noble Peacock rhinestones. And for this one, I'm going to add some rhinestones to it. I think I want a small one there. maybe just 3. Okay, so let me lay it flat so you can see. This one really puffs up. See? Because I didn't glue those down. I'm going to show you side by side. This one is glued down. You see the difference? It's really up to you. And this one has rhinestones on it. So let me flip this around. Let me flip the camera around. Okay. So here's the one I just did with the open pages. And I will do still shots and add those. And then here's the same card, but you see I glued the edges down. So it's a little bit flatter. I don't know yet if the Path of Petals is going to be in the new catalog, but we'll know on Wednesday, on the 22nd. Yvette, that's when the retired list comes out. Let me tell you something. This is a gorgeous set. I love the Path of Petals. Let me just show you that again. The sayings are beautiful, but the dies, those 3 dies, are great. So again, I'm kind of thinking I like it with the pages open. Which one you like better? The pages more, let me say. I guess you can't, I'm holding it wrong. Okay, this one's the one with the pages opened. Really opened. And this one is, they're still open, but a little bit flatter. So that's it. That's the easel card. Now I am going to, when I hop off here, I am going to add the numbers that I used. And I'm going to add the dimensions. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this looks really, really cool. I like it without adding that pages closed, pages open. Okay, so we got an open, we got a close. We got an open. I love it. Open, close, open, close. Okay. Can you send it? Well, here's the thing. You're not going to be able to send it unless you put it in. Look at this. That's the book. That's the open one. So in order to mail that, you'd have to put it in a padded envelope and put something between it. Okay. For me, this would be a card that I would put in an envelope and give to somebody, hand them. So let me go ahead and show you again the golf one. And then here is the Dino Days. I think this is a great idea for kids, too. You know, what a great card idea. So that's the open book easel card. And like I said, I cased the idea, but now I actually changed the idea because I did a real open page one. And I like them both, too. Thanks, Teresa. So I hope you enjoyed these. I'm going to, as soon as we're done, I'm going to take some pictures of them, and I'll put them on the on stampersdelight.com, and I will add all the measurements. So thank you so much for tuning in with me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to share my videos. The more people that see them, the more I can do. And I will be back here Sunday night, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Unless I come up with something else that I can't wait to show you. You never know. So have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday and Saturday evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.